Check out my online store if you're a content creator that wants a new custom profile pic, banner, thumbnails for videos, edit your videos, and much more at an affordable price. Link down in the description below.
What is going on, you guys? This is Tech HD coming at you with a brand new video, and today what we're going to be taking a look at is another HDMI switch. And it seems like more and more companies are starting to contact me. Basically, they see me review HDMI switches and they want me to review others. So this is like my 5th one. So everything will be down in the description below if you guys want to check out the other videos. But this one is an HDMI Audio Extractor switch. So basically what an audio extractor is let's say you have a PS4 Slim that doesn't have a TOSLINK optical port, or a PC that doesn't have a TOSLINK optical port, so you can't get that surround sound if you want to hook it up to speakers or surround sound headphones or stuff like that. And it also has HDMI ARC. And what ARC is basically an audio returning channel. I think that's how it is. And basically what it is like you need to have both devices to support it, so your TV and the other device. So let's say you have an audio receiver, a TV that supports ARC. Basically when you hook up that TV to the audio receiver, the TV will then get signal from the audio receiver, and then basically it'll detect that it's an audio receiver, and then if you go to the settings and set it up that way, then it will turn off the speakers from the TV, and then you can just control the volume with the control through the audio receiver. So you don't have to get a second controller or anything like that. It'll all work together, so that's really cool. And so what this has is a TOSLINK optical port, so that's really cool. So you hook up the HDMI to this and then to the device or to the display, and then basically then you have an extra optical port, and then you can hook that up to a pair of speakers or headphones, and then once again ARC as well. So that's really cool. And this supports 4K once again at 30 Hz, so that kind of sucks, but you know, not that many people use 4K TVs or have 4K devices that support it. And it supports 4K at 30 Hz and then 1080p at 60 or 120 Hz, I believe. So I don't remember as much. And it's really cool. So we're going to be taking a quick look at this. We're going to test this out and see how it performs. So let's get right into it. Okay, so now taking the first look, it says HDMI Audio Extractor 4K support. So it's really cool, really simple. Enjoy HD life. And then you can see it has the Blu-ray, DVD player, PS4, Xbox, TV, screen, 4K compatibility, stuff like that. So now let's take a look at this. And it looks really nice. I like how it just shows it right away. You know, it's not hidden or anything like that. Remove film, because okay, so that's really good. So it's well protected. So let's try to remove this. Okay, has a little bit of weight to it. Once again, I like how HDMI switches are having a little bit of weight to it. The first HDMI that I did, like, it was all plastic and it felt cheaply made, but and it didn't even have that much weight to it. So like the cables would pull it back. So it's really sucked. So, but this one has a little bit of weight to it, really cool. And it looks like the one that I currently use. So this is a switch button, okay. Has a power, 2.1, 5.1 channel, 7.1, and ARC support. So indicator lights, just to let you know which one you are using. 2.1 for speakers or headphones, 5.1, 7.1, or ARC support. So that is really cool. You can see that you can mount this onto the wall or something. And it has the port for power. Now I wish this was in the back, because I hate when there's ports on the side, because it just looks so weird and it just doesn't look clean or anything like that. And then over here we have an output HDMI and an input HDMI. These look like indicator lights right here. And then we got the TOSLINK optical port and then a headphone port. So that is really cool. So basically what we're gonna do is, since my PC doesn't have a TOSLINK optical, what we're gonna do, we're gonna hook the PC up to this and then hook this up to the monitor, and then we're gonna hook up my Astro 840 mix amp to this, because it supports TOSLINK optical, of course, 5.1 or I think 7.1. And then we're gonna see if that works, and then we're gonna look a little bit into the settings and see how far we could go. So we're gonna see how this performs. But first, let's take a quick look at what else it comes with. So we're removing this and removing this, and then it's just the power. So this has to be to the wall, so that kind of sucks. And let's see what we have here. Thank you for your trust, and then a user manual. Okay, so that is pretty much it. So once again, like I said, we're going to test this out. We're going to see how it performs, and we're going to see if this is worth it or not. Okay, so right now I'm going to be showing you guys a quick example right now we have the HDMI Audio Extractor and we have it hooked up to the PS4. So the way that I have it set up is that I have the PS4 hooked up to the Switch, and then the Switch hooked up to the monitor, and then I have the optical cable hooked up to the Turtle Beach XP7 mix amp, and it's connected all like that, how it's supposed to be, and then it's being powered by the USB charger, portable charger. And then as of right now, I have my Astro A40 headset hooked up to it, and so as of right now, I have it set to 2.1. So you can see that it's red, so the Dolby is not on. And if we take a look, the settings that I have it is primary output port is the HDMI out, which is how it's supposed to be. You don't want it to put to digital out optical because it's coming from the HDMI. And then I have the audio format to bitstream Dolby, and it is pretty loud. I don't know if you heard that. So if we were to switch it to 5.1 channel, you could see that it turns white. All right, so now we are set with the Dolby Digital. So now if you guys can hear a quick sound test, and let's see. Yeah, so it's playing through the headset, and so I put it right next to the microphone, and if I go to 7.1, it'll refresh, and then it'll still have the light to Dolby Digital. So that is really good. So that's basically the settings that you're supposed to have when you have the HDMI Audio Extractor. So it works fine with the PS4. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a look at the Xbox One and then the PC and see the settings that I have it set up for it to work. Okay, so now once again, I have the HDMI Audio Extractor connected to the mix amp. Same thing as always, the only thing that I changed is the HDMI switch to work with the Xbox One. So let me get out of the frame a little bit. And so the way that I have it set up is HDMI audio, stereo uncompressed. So if I have it set to stereo uncompressed, you can see that the Dolby indicator is set to red, so it's not like that. So we have to set it to bitstream out, and then optical audio bitstream out, and then Dolby Digital for the bitstream format, and then you can see that is white. And I have it set to the 2.1 as of right now, but it could go all the way to 7.1. So right now, I just switched it to 7.1. I know that the LED indicators, you can't really see it, but it is set to that, and it works perfectly. So if I were to it's really low, actually. I have to get like right on the mic. All right, I don't know if you guys really heard that, but it basically works and everything is fine. So once again, it has to go through the HDMI audio through bitstream out. Otherwise, it will not work. Otherwise, the surround sound will not work. The optical will not work. So if I disconnect the optical, it just wouldn't produce any sound whatsoever. So you have to have it through optical. So that's a way of knowing if it actually does work. And then that's the settings that I have it on the Xbox One and the settings that I have on the PS4 in order for it to work. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna finally go to the PC and we're gonna see how the settings that I have it for that. And we're gonna see if it actually works. And finally, what we have set up is the PC. So I have everything set up like it normally is. The only thing that's different is that I have the PC hooked up to the HDMI Audio Extractor, and then everything else is hooked up to the mix amp, which is connected to my headphones. Now, the only difference is that for some reason, the Dolby Digital indicator light will stay red. It won't turn white too for some reason, but there's a way to really find out if it does actually work. So right now I have it set to 2.1, and if we go to the settings, the audio settings, I don't know if you guys can really see it, but I'll explain it very quickly. We have the sample rate up to 96 kilohertz, and then we got no encoded formats. So now let me show you an example that does actually work. So let me raise the volume from this. Okay, so that actually works in 2.1, so it doesn't detect any DTS audio or Dolby Digital audio. So now if we were to switch it to 5.1, then it will refresh, and then we will need to cancel this so it can refresh. We'll just drag this back to the monitor, and we'll drag this one, and we double click on it and we go to supported formats. We can see that it says DTS audio and Dolby Digital encoded formats. So that is really good to know. And then it also supports 192 kilohertz, whereas the 2.1 supports up to 96 kilohertz. So that is a crazy difference in listening experience, in the quality of it, and DTS audio once again and Dolby Digital. And it's the same thing with 7.1. So if I were to So it does work in 5.1. So if we go to 7.1, everything else will be the same, but I just want to show you guys very quickly that it does work. So I'm just going to drag this on and then drag this one. And if we go to supported formats, same thing, 192 kilohertz, DTS audio, Dolby Digital, everything else is the same. And then if we just... So everything does work. So that is a way to see if it actually does work, because for some reason the Dolby Digital light will not change on this, but this is a good way to know that everything else works, that the optical works with the PC, it detects the DTS audio and Dolby Digital. So that is really good that the HDMI Audio Extractor supports Dolby Digital, DTS audio, up to 7.1 channel Dolby surround sound. So that is pretty insane. So let me know down in the comments below on what you guys think about this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Everything will be down in the description below so that you guys can go check it out. These are the settings that I have on the Xbox One, PS4, and the PC, and the way that worked for me. I don't know if it'll be different for you. For some people on the PC have like a SPDIF driver setting, but I don't have it for some reason, and I cannot find it whatsoever. I don't know why. But let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. As always, it's TechHD. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!